Hello everyone, welcomes to my Golden Bachelor Nation Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Together with Patti LaBelle and Martha Stewart, Susan Noles of the Golden Bachelor gets amazing honor. Susan Noles, a competitor on the first season of the Golden Bachelor, declared that she is honored to be a part of QVC's quintessential 50, Q50, alongside Patti LaBelle and Martha Stewart. The Q50 is a group of 50 powerful women who represent the whole range of opportunities available to individuals over 50. They include campaigners, corporate executives, and lifestyle specialists. Now 67 years old, Susan shot to fame as a fan favorite during season 1 of the Golden Bachelor. She has evolved into the epitome of what it means to be a powerful older lady since being on the show. Susan expressed her gratitude for becoming a member of QVC's quintessential 50, Q50, in an Instagram post. These ladies are a collection of such creative, driven, and inspirational people who show the limitless opportunities available to women 50 and older. She went on, these women and QVC discussed the plethora of opportunities this generation presents as well as how one of us may shape our own amazing future. Never before have I felt so involved and accepted. Susan shared a few images and videos from the occasion, including Rita Wilson, Christina Applegate, Billie Jean King, Patti LaBelle, and Martha Stewart among her fellow recipients. Susan has carried on being a wonderful example of an older woman after the Golden Bachelor. Susan has been making an effect, whether it was as Rachel Nance's trusted advisor during Joey Graziadei's Bachelor season or by bringing attention to relationships between senior citizens on the Bachelor Happy Hour, Golden Hour podcast alongside her co-host and best friend Kathy Swartz. During the Golden Wedding, Susan officiated the marriage of Jerry Turner and Teresa Nist. Susan is also highly active on social media, demonstrating to her followers that women beyond 50 are still energetic and important. Because Susan has demonstrated that women over 50 have countless opportunities, she is the ideal candidate for Q50. By standing in for older women, who are typically viewed as invisible in society, Susan and her fellow Golden Bachelor stars have made history. Susan has given women her age a voice by demonstrating that they are dating, going on trips, and living fulfilling lives. She is a powerful lady who has dedicated her life to helping other women learn to appreciate who they are. For women and girls of all ages, Susan is an amazing role model. Susan ought to be regarded as the Golden Bachelorette's first ever star because of how influential she has been since being on the Golden Bachelor. ABC announced the spin-off series, but the lead has not yet been disclosed. Susan would be ideal for the part because of her endearing laugh, gentle nature, and upbeat view on life. For the time being, it's great to see that QVC has acknowledged Susan's incredible influence during her time as the Golden Bachelor. She is a remarkable individual who well deserves this recognition. Kathy Swartz of Golden Bachelor explains why she won't date a man who has never been married. On the Wednesday, May 1st episode of the podcast Bachelor Happy Hour, Golden Hour, Swartz, 70, discussed her reasons for never dating a man who has never been married with co-host Susan Noles and guest star Nancy Hulkauer. The Golden Bachelor alum said, "To be honest, I won't do that again. I've dated a few men who have never been married. They're extremely self-centered as everything has always been about them. However, if they were married, there could be a reason why they chose not to have children. I'm not as bothered by that now. However, I refuse to date someone who is single." Even though Swartz has a requirement for a possible romantic partner, she does not automatically reject some of the suitors that approach her. The reality star revealed who some of the people who have DM'd her since participating on The Golden Bachelor during an appearance on Jana Kramer's Wind Down podcast in December 2023. "I've had 4, and the first one was a really attractive 32-year-old man." Swartz, who has 3 children and 2 grandchildren, said, "And I did have to point out to him that I have children older than he is. I then had a baseball player, 40 years old, who had the same sound as the previous guy. I then had a daughter get in touch with me on her father's behalf." She also said that she never heard from her father, despite her appreciation for the matchmaker's daughter. But she did get a nice compliment from a man who was in his late 50s who had heard about her from a mutual friend. She recalled that he had remarked, "She's so pretty, she might be too young for me," and decided to use that attitude as a potential pickup line in the future. "You're too young for me, but, okay, let's try it." Fans of Bachelor Nation first got to know Schwartz during the first season of Jerry Turner's The Golden Bachelor. Even though she was ousted in the fourth week, she caused a stir when she accused Teresa Nist, 70, of boasting about her relationship with Turner, 72, during her time on the dating show. "You seem to be brushing me off," as if to say, "He and I are heading off into the sunset. You are heading home, so pack up." She added, "That's how you've made me feel sometimes," to Nist, who started crying. "I think that kind of stuff sounds possessive, territorial, and like, get the hell out of my way, he's mine, when you say things like, we have a huge connection. Teresa, that's not a pretty picture." Nist shared her reflections on the experience on Instagram after the show aired, stating that she never imagined she was going to find myself involved in drama. "That is so not who I am," she continued. "I simply felt like I was able to discuss how I was feeling with a new friend in an honest and open manner." After that, in the show's climax, Turner proposed to Nist. The two were married in January in a public ceremony, but they broke up 3 months later. Jerry stated on Good Morning America in April that it's best for the happiness of each of us to live apart and be close to their families. "Teresa and I have had a number of heart-to-heart conversations, and we've looked closely at our situation, our living situation, and we've kind of come to the conclusion mutually that it's time for us to dissolve our marriage," Jerry said. On season 28 of The Bachelor, Maria Jorges became well-known and beloved by fans of the Bachelor Nation. Even though Maria and Joey Graziadei's relationship didn't work out, she has continued to share updates about her life with her followers on social media after appearing on the show. She recently had her first ever podcast interview on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast, where she talked candidly about her past relationships. Serena Pitt, one of the co-hosts and a native of Toronto, questioned Maria over the idea that she was seeing rapper Drake's best pal. Maria stated bluntly, "I don't mind talking about this, because we're cool." He and Drake co-owned a restaurant in Toronto. Drake is, of course, quite popular in Toronto. Just thinking that there are Drake connections in Toronto isn't as absurd. Drake is the most incredible individual. He is so sweet and polite. Drake and my ex-boyfriend did dine together at a restaurant. Serena mentioned that everyone in Toronto, just a few steps away from local celebrities such as Shawn Mendes, Justin Bieber, and Drake. "That's where that tie came in," Maria agreed. "Thanks to my ex, I was able to meet and get to know Drake. Together, they owned and operated a restaurant. Fring's was a highly well-known restaurant at the time. The new place is now owned by my other pal. It is now known as Marble. Caitlin Bristow worked with my friend Peter, who is the absolute greatest. It was formerly known as Fring's, but he now owns it." While supporting Caitlin, Joe Amable and Serena became aware that they were at the same restaurant opening event as Maria. How small a world it is. We adore learning about these celebrity and Bachelor Nation ties. See Maria in the entire Bachelor Happy Hour episode below.